There it is. We're live again, Lions fans. Yesterday, our Detroit Lions took a hard loss at home against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Well, son, our boys took a hard loss yesterday, 37-31 at home to the Seattle Seahawks. Well, I got one part of the game right, son. I said 31 points by the Lions. I just didn't realize that Seattle was going to score 37. So let's start with our takeaways. What were your takeaways from the game yesterday?
uh, Pass rush is garbage, how it has been my whole entire life. That was my main takeaway. Shoot, the pass rush has been terrible for a real long time. That was my main thing. I just didn't see a quarterback get sacked. I don't care. No, Jared Goff got sacked a decent amount of times actually as the game went on. So no, because I know there was a while both of them both didn't get sacked, but no, for for guys that didn't have like what 3 linemen in the game or something. I was hoping that the defensive line was going to show out, but they didn't show out at all. They looked, I mean, they did good against the run defense, which I was actually surprised about, which really they did get up to a point because Kenneth Walker, he kind of got what he needed when he needed to be honest. But, they did do pretty good against the run. It's just the pass rush. It's absolutely terrible. I mean, it is terrible.
Man, the pass rush was not there at all. Yeah, you're right. Their backup tackles actually played pretty well. And our offensive line, I got to be honest, you all have to forgive me of this. I didn't realize that Taylor Decker was out, and I was at the game, and it wasn't until I was paying attention that I realized that Taylor Decker wasn't even playing.
Yeah, I
He
only knew
was
because
hurt, and Vitae got hurt during the game. So we also were missing 2 linemen.
Dang.
And so it was, I don't know. I have to agree with you. The pass rush was non existent. The only time we got pressure on Geno Smith was when we blitzed the corner, the nickel corner, blitzed the linebacker, and nobody was there. We must forget, Geno Smith is not Randall Cunningham or Mike Vick or Lamar Jackson at all, but he can move. And we seem to forget that. And there was nobody there, and he took advantage of it. I mean, just like he did against us last year, Geno Smith showed out. I mean, he wasn't great to be honest, but Geno Smith was solid. He delivered when he had to deliver. He stepped up and ran when he had to run, and it was just a lot going on. Uh,
Yeah, nah, because I'm pretty sure
mhm.
he put up like 400 last year. Like he's put up 1,000 yards on us in these past 2 games, like something crazy like that.
How many yards did he have yesterday?
330.
Uh, yeah, that's not about right.
And
And you know
two
what?
touchdowns, no picks,
And I don't think he went
78%
deep
completion
one
percentage.
time. I don't remember one time in the game, unless it was when I got up to go get something to eat, that he went deep. I don't even remember him going deep at all in the game.
No.
I saw a lot of 6 yards, 7 yards, 4 yard passes.
Well, yeah, the Pride of Detroit, they said the longest pass was only 31 yards. So
I
it
don't
was
even
a long.
remember that one, to be
No, me
honest.
neither.
I remember Jared Goff hitting Khalif Raymond deep, but I don't remember Geno Smith going deep. Maybe he did, and I just don't remember. But
Yeah. Well,
let's
31 yards. They're saying that's not particularly deep for how many yards he had, is what they're saying.
oh, that's what they're saying, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it was a tough one to take on the chin. I'm telling you, man, that crowd was electric like we expected. You could feel it. The victory was at hand, especially when we were up 14-7. It just felt like the Lions were going to close out. And I'm kind of at a loss. Josh Reynolds actually played very well yesterday. My boy Sam Laporta did his thing. He played well. They played well. I think on the let's if we talk about the offense for a second, son. I think one of our issues, I was telling one of my coworkers today, is that I like David Montgomery, but we need a dog running back. We need somebody who can get out of that backfield and that can keep the clock moving. And what I said to my coworker was, 2 games in, they said that Jonathan Taylor has to sit for 2 more games. Man, call the Colts and ask them what do they want for Jonathan Taylor. Call them and ask them and say, hey, man, what do y'all want? We need to get that guy behind this offensive line so we can get somebody that can chew the clock up and open the passing game up.
Yeah. And, I kind of feel that, but then a part of me is like, I mean, he averaged 4.2 yards a carry. I mean, like, I don't know. It just my thing is they weren't using that boy Jahmyr Gibbs how they need to, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm gonna have to agree on that. They have to get Gibbs more involved, some way out of the backfield, so we can have some type of running game. I mean, he almost gets positive yards every time he touches the ball, especially if you put him on a sweep.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It was just one of those things. Just but to me, it was more in the defense. We gave up 30 points because one was a pick six. So, but
Yeah.
if you take the pick six away, our defense gave up 30 points.
Yeah, then I mean, on the other hand, people are talking about Jared Goff played great. I don't really care. The second you throw a pick six, you did not play great. I do not really care how good of a game he had, man. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know what to say. It was not only it was like no, he didn't play great to me because it was a pick six. Like it was a pick six at the worst possible time you could ever throw a pick six at, and that's when you decided to throw a pick. Like you decided to throw one then. That's a big deal to me. But
yeah. I'm gonna agree to. There was a lot of. I mean, honestly, almost everybody I listened to today said that they thought Jared Goff had a solid game, except for the pick six. Other than that, he was having a great game. The thing is this is that the offensive line was breaking down. Could have had a lot to do with the fact that we were also missing two linemen. Jared Goff, he looked poised, but I don't know if I really want to put it on Goff, even with that pick six. I have to put it on the defense. I mean, we put up 31 points. I don't know how much more we could get out of the offense, especially missing Jameson Williams. How much more we can get after putting up that many points.
yeah, and not really using the explosive players that we even have.
I
I
agree.
don't know how we've been putting up so many points in anyways, to be honest.
I agree. Gibbs is right now one of the most explosive players we have. Khalif Raymond is explosive. We'll have JMO back in about 4 more weeks. We have to use those explosive players to make plays happen. So let's go ahead. Let's go over the game a little bit, son. I'm gonna add your screen up here.
Okay, yeah, let me get that plan.
Okay. And let's
Oh, I can mute that if you want.
okay. Yeah, because we can get to some of what we want to talk about and watch some of what happened.
Yeah.
First quarter, first play of the game.
Yeah, pretty much did what I expected him to do. He didn't have as many yards as it
Mm,
looked like he did. 'Cause to
I
me, it looked
know,
like he
but
did pretty good.
but that was like a 14-yard run just on
Yeah,
rip, just to start the game off. That was good. I thought that the linebackers actually played pretty good. To me, the D line when it came to the run, I thought they played pretty well. I mean, I'm not gonna say that Kenneth Walker just ate us up, but like you said a little earlier, he did what he had to do.
yeah. I mean, no, really, the D line's been great with the run since that crazy Carolina game. Uh,
Exactly. Right. Right. Right.
they're just terrible in the pass.
Yeah, they
But
are. They are. If you look, yeah, right here, I mean, that's a decent amount of push. See, and when you can get pushed like that, that allows the linebackers to come up and make a clean hit. There's
yeah,
Derek Barnes making a tackle right there. So, I'm just kind of trying to focus on the D line a
Bill,
little bit.
Bill.
Good push. I think though, I don't know if that was Kaminsky or Hutch. I think that was Hutch in the middle. Hutch actually does a pretty good job when they move him inside, if you ever notice. Like when they move him inside on third down, they move him to D tackle. He actually does pretty good. Now I know you and I was talking about the coverage. What are you seeing with this coverage?
The main thing with the coverage, what was going on was Jerry Jacobs was playing so far off DK Metcalf because he was afraid of getting cooked. That's what I noticed.
That's true.
This dude was playing. He's
There
so
he is right
far
there.
off
Look,
every single time,
right.
and then on top of that, he backpedals like almost immediately. Like, bro, well, why are you giving up so much ground? Like, so that yes, all the passes were underneath because there was no need to throw it over top. They didn't have to. Like there like you can see it every time. Number 23 is like bailing every time. So they're giving up 5 yards every time, every time, every time. It's like I don't know what
And
defense you're playing where you're just looking at the tight end the whole time. Like you can see at 23, he just bails
7 yards.
away.
He
DK Metcalf
backpedal. Look.
underneath. What like it's there.
So right there, son. Right there. That was a good example right there. You saw that? Look, he's
Yeah.
already 7 yards
He's
back.
bailing. Like, bro, what are you doing?
And,
Like,
and, and DK Metcalf already knew I'm not going to beat him over top. I'm just going to turn, give Gino the signal to throw it underneath, and that's
and it's
what
like
they
he's
did the whole
obviously not
game.
cutting towards that. He's not going to go left. You know he's going to go inside. So I don't really know what Jerry Jacobs is thinking in the coverage because that happened twice with DK Metcalf. He beat him. Jerry Jacobs was playing inside leverage, and for some reason he went to the outside. It's like, bro, you got to know where you're at on the field.
Yeah,
So
that
I
was a
don't.
nonsense penalty right there, by the way, too. Crowd went crazy on that one. Talking about, roughing, There's our boy Jerry Jacobs, PI.
But he was beat again because
And if you saw, yeah, he was. He was beat again.
I don't even
Is
remember how
this
the Seahawks
No, they
scored.
didn't get in on this one. Okay. I thought he snuck in on that one. Just yeah, what you gonna do with that, right? Just hard, just a hard run up the middle by the former Spartan right there. Just hard up the middle. They probably cracked down. No, actually, he didn't. I was
Yeah,
gonna say it looked like I was about to say they probably cracked down on Lee McNeil, but they did not.
yeah, they
That was
just
just a left guard 1-on-1. Just pushed him out the way. See, I like this what we're looking at because it gives us a sense of being able to kind of look back on the game and see some things that sometimes you miss when you're watching the game live.
yeah, yeah. Oh well, you did mention special teams the last time we reviewed it. Khalif Raymond did have himself a decent return at the end of the game. That helped us quite a bit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, these are good runs. I like what he did right there. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I see. I
But
think Montgomery's fine. I'm not gonna lie. I think
I,
he's fine. I
I,
just think.
I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying that I get sick of seeing our running backs run into the back of our lineman and go right back to the line of scrimmage. You know, uh, uh, I was gonna say, well, I was gonna well, good he got. I was gonna say case in point, but that was good right there. I don't know if Vitae going out was that big of a deal in the middle, but I felt like we needed to get more push in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's Gibbs right there. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Jared Goff, I felt like, he was taking advantage of, what he had. And that was just a good tackle. There's our man Witherspoon. What you gonna do? That was just a good tackle.
yeah. Josh
Yeah.
Reynolds has finally been him. That dude.
Finally, right?
Yeah.
Finally. Josh Reynolds had himself a game yesterday.
Devon Witherspoon would be a problem too. Probably. I'm not gonna lie. He's
He
actually.
probably will be. He looked good yesterday. And we already know he likes to tackle.
Yeah.
He's a good tackling corner, which is why the Lions had their eye on him in the draft.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and I hate to be that. We'll see with how it is for Gibbs, but I'm not saying he's a bad player. But if you're gonna take a guy with the eighth pick, you have to give him the ball quite a bit, man. Like I don't know what the heck the Lions are thinking. At this point, they should have just got Christian Gonzalez or something. And I don't think Gibbs is a bust or anything. It's just
right?
like,
I don't
dang, they're
right,
not giving him the ball that much, or
right.
no, I don't know.
And let me tell you something about our defense too, son. Since we're talking about Witherspoon and everything, man, the Lions, whether it's by trade or by free agency, it could even be by draft. The Lions have to get a shutdown corner, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm repeating this because I know I told you this story before, son, but I talk about Champ Bailey. Champ Bailey was drafted in 1999 by then they were the Washington Redskins. Now they're the Commanders, but he was drafted by Washington, and he was coming out of college as a shutdown corner. I remember he was only in Washington a couple of years, and then it was a mega trade. The Denver Broncos traded for Champ Bailey. They
Yeah.
traded Clinton Portis, their running back, who was coming off of like a 1,400-yard season,
Like,
and they traded him for Champ Bailey. And when people asked why would you do that, their GM said, "You can in our offensive scheme, we can get any running back to succeed in this, but a shutdown corner, they don't come around all the time." And the
right.
truth is that Denver went on good runs with that because when you have a shutdown corner, it's one side of the field is just going to be gone. A quarter, Geno Smith. If we had a shutdown corner right here on this right side, Geno Smith wouldn't even be looking to that side of the field.
Yeah, and I hate to also disrespect Gibbs anymore, but man, we got our Michigan man coming in the draft. We got Blake Corum. Like, man, they could have got Blake Corum, but it's cool.
Right,
But
right. And I agree with you. It's nothing on Gibbs. It's just that it's nothing on Gibbs. It's just that they aren't using him enough. I think that, like I said, son, I have no issues with David Montgomery at all. Look at him; that was another good run. I just think that Gibbs has to be in the game more, even if he's not in the backfield. Put him in the backfield with David Montgomery. Put him in the slot. Do something. my guy Sam Laporta, who I thought had a pretty decent game. Excuse me. You know, what else in these plays stand out to you?
I know you mentioned that the shotgun thing was more of a college thing, but yeah, they need to give Gibbs the ball out the shotgun though. Like I don't know why they keep handing him the ball, doing these weird up the middle zone plays that seem like they're more from Montgomery. Like you got to okay, see out the shotgun, out the shotgun, yeah. And it's like because I just feel like when he's out the shotgun, it just gives him a little more time to work. I don't know. I just don't feel like he's that kind of back. And also, they kind of just gotta I don't know if they need to put him in for whole drives, but they have to put him in for more than 2 plays at a time. Because when
Right.
you put in a player, like people are gonna key in on that guy because they're like, they probably put him in to do some kind of speed play or something like that, or maybe he's gonna run some kind of underneath route. I don't know. It probably perks up the linebacker's ears. That's another reason why he needs to be in more, even if it's in doing not. I get it. He's not really a good run blocker, so I guess he can't be, or a pass blocker, so I guess he
Right.
can't be in all the time. But it's like, dang, I don't know. You got to figure out something where he's, like you said, where he's
I
standing out in the
agree.
slot or something.
Yeah. We
Because
have to.
Montgomery, but I'm trying to say, this is how the Lions like to run the ball.
You
They
know
like
what?
to run it up the middle.
Montgomery is looking kind of beastly. I'll be honest.
But that's but that's why I'd be questioning Gibbs because look, that's what they like to do is run it up the middle all the time. So I'm like, dang, that they need to figure out a game plan for Gibbs. Like they got to figure out a way.
Right. I
Like,
would
look, they're
agree.
giving him his snaps in the shotgun, and it eventually worked. Like, Gibbs needs the same stuff. He could have been gone on that play.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we know he's not afraid of contact, but you're right. It would be nice to see them, get him the ball in space. Yeah,
Mm.
there's a good example right there.
Yeah.
Like you said, maybe for like a whole drive, keep him in the game. And see. But like I said, I believe that you could put him in there with Montgomery. That's what I believe. You could put him in there with him.
Yeah. Jeez, he missed his block completely.
Yeah, exactly. Completely.
4th and 4. I don't remember this. Because we got it. Oh, we did not.
No,
That's what
I remember that play. Yes, that was one of those plays. We talked about this today. Me and some of my coworkers talked about it. Dan Campbell, we love DC, but he should have went for three right there. Bring the kicker on the field. I know it's a long field goal. It would have been what, I don't know, maybe a 46, 47 yarder. Come on, bring the kicker in, man. Try to get those 3 points.
Yeah.
It wasn't the fourth quarter where we just absolutely had to have it. And there's a soft coverage again, and there's Jerry Jacobs.
And B will. Like I said, we're talking about Aaron Glenn, but it's like, bro. I don't know. Actually, no, I don't know what happened to that player actually, because 41 was the guy who got beat.
Well, I'll tell you what happened that play is that well, that was James Houston for one, but what happened was that Aiden Hutchinson got doubled on that play, double teamed him on that play.
Oh, he was looking
That's a
back.
lot to ask of James Houston. I'm sorry, that's a lot to ask for him to roll out and cover.
Yeah. Bell, I don't know why they play the Bell technique so much. That was good coverage. They play it so
And
much.
that
The
was
only thing I
Sutton.
can think is that Jerry Jacobs is just so slow that he can't keep up. That's really the only reason why I can think that they constantly do that because that dude does not press very often.
No, I would agree. Yep, right there. I don't know. That dude's good blocking on Hutch. That guy right there was. They're right there. Their right tackle.
Mm.
And this is what I'm saying. Look at them, 45-yard attempt. I think he missed this one. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
they
missed
missed
that
like
one. He
three
missed
field
that one.
goals.
Yeah, he had a bad day yesterday, but look at him. So I'm saying they're trying to put 3 points on the board. Uh, hmm. What's weird watching this? I don't know. Sometimes, son, when you're at the game live, you miss a lot of this. But watching this replay right here, I'm realizing that Montgomery actually played a little bit better than I thought he did.
Yeah, Montgomery was cool. He was fine.
But
Because
he
he
got
fixed the
nicked up in the
scheme.
game, right? He did get
Yeah.
nicked up and had to leave. So I'm concerned about that now. Because I'm a big Craig Reynolds guy, but when Craig Reynolds got in the game, he didn't give us much.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, Gibbs is still not going to get 20 carries this week, even if Montgomery's out the whole game. I bet you he doesn't.
Here's a thought that I was thinking about. Speaking of It's something in my notes. If I don't know if Montgomery is hurt to where he won't play this week, but let's just say he is, right? What do you? There are two running backs out there that we could kick the tires on and at least see if they're in shape and ready to go. Kareem Hunt and Leonard Fournette. As last I checked, nobody has signed them. So if Montgomery is hurt, do we consider bringing in those guys because that might be better than Craig Reynolds?
Goodness, a part of me is like no, because it's like that
Mm-hmm.
just makes it maybe more embarrassing that you drafted a quarterback with the eighth pick. Like, because I saw people posted that earlier, and I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
we took a
So
running back with the
we're
first
gonna go
round.
get another running back after we just drafted one with the eighth pick
Well,
because y'all don't trust this dude enough to because he can't get the ball 20 times a game. Like, dang.
I'm not even thinking about replacing Gibbs with one of those guys. I'm talking about if David Montgomery can't play. Because if David Montgomery can't play, that means who's backing up Gibbs is going to be Craig Reynolds.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know, but I agree. If Montgomery can't play, then Gibbs needs to start and he needs to be in there the whole game. He better
Well,
learn how to play.
I've been
They
hearing about this one guy's. Oh, sorry. What
Go
was
ahead.
that?
Who?
Well, we have some guy on our team's on it tonight. I guess he's pretty good.
Yes,
He played.
yes.
I don't really know much about him.
You know what I just thought
Who
about
was
it.
he?
You're right. They might bring him up on the practice squad.
Is he? Oh, okay. Oh, he's not a rookie. Donovan Knight. That name. Donovan Knight.
Ooh, Hutch just missed that tackle.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I know he was double teamed. Man, Hutch didn't do nothing. Man,
Hutch,
except
Hutch.
for that one jump. I'm sorry. I still expect him to do more, man. Except for that one jump pass. And if the defensive line is so terrible that he has to get double teamed every time, then come on. Because look, that's him one on one. Like, brother, you got to get back there, bro. That right tackle was working you, man. I'm not gonna
He
lie.
was. I'm gonna be honest. He was.
Like, jeez,
He was. When we
man.
I don't think there was another score after this. Let me see. Let's see if we can get it to the fourth quarter and
Okay, yeah.
and look at a little bit of that before we get up out of here. We just kind of breaking down the game, people, and trying to give you all some highlights and see if you saw something that maybe we didn't see or something like that. So you know, but that was a tough one to take on the chin. 2 years in a row now we have lost to the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, that's just two years in a row. You know, and they taunted us after the game. They had a lot to say, and hey, it's understandable. It's deserving. They came in and won a game. It was a it really was an upset win. You know, to be honest with you, and Seattle came in and absolutely did their thing. The truth is that I know that my son he doesn't want to necessarily blame AG and put it on AG, and I'm not putting it all on him, but the defense has to come with a different scheme. I mean, once we saw that Geno Smith wasn't getting any pressure on him, I mean, you have to come with something different as the defensive coordinator, excuse me, to get some pressure on him and not allow him to be so comfortable in there. And no
No
matter
matter
what
what happened.
happened, what we did, he was just very, very comfortable in there.
Wait,
So
did it instantly? Can you guys hear me?
yeah, I hear you. I got you.
Jeez. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I was at the library. I did not charge my computer, I guess. Were
Okay.
the highlights still playing, or you had to talk over them?
No, the highlights shut off, shut off. So I just,
Okay,
I
yeah.
just, I just went on, or talking about the game myself.
Dang. All right, hold on.
Okay.
All right, let me get it back. We did miss a few scores. You want me to get it to the start of the fourth?
No, it's good. We good. Let's just pick it up
Okay.
right there.
I'm going to talk about overtime mainly.
Yes, yes. I was gonna say, yeah, let's get as close to overtime as we can.
Okay.
We all saw the game, so we kind of know how it went from here.
Yeah.
Right
Well, oh, so you
now
want me to skip it forward?
we can skip it forward a little bit because while you're doing that, I want to talk about the Lions' lack of urgency in this sequence right here.
Oh,
When
yeah.
they,
Let's go to that.
yeah, I mean that they just had a lack of urgency. Okay, there was the let me see, that was the touchdown, and then when they were Yes, this is the bit where I'm talking about. When they got the ball back, it just seems like they were taking their sweet time marching down the field.
Yeah, after that good Cleve framing, and that's the part where I'd have to
Right
say
here.
it was on Dan Campbell,
Right.
but they didn't. A part of me is like, did they not take? No, but that's not really an excuse to take shots. Did they not take shots because they don't have a deep threat? Is Josh Reynolds the only guy who can? I don't know. But no, honestly, on those last few plays, it wasn't even. It was on Dan Campbell because it wasn't even designed for them to take a deep shot. It didn't even look like it.
It wasn't. See, we watching it right now. And there's a
Like, that was a
reverse.
cool play,
That was a
whatever.
cool play. And that's Raymond, because we know Raymond has some wheels,
Yeah.
but let's see. See, 56, 54. Look, it's down to
Question to
34
argue,
seconds.
who are they gonna take a deep shot at? Like,
Yeah. It's down to 34. It was down to 34 seconds, son, before before we ran the next play. I think we took a timeout there. Let's see where did Golf go. Underneath. That ball he threw it at Brown's feet. St. Brown's feet. 3rd and 7. Underneath again.
yeah, but and now I'm thinking, I'm not saying Dan Campbell was right for this, but I guess it's like, look who's out there. Who was gonna catch a deep ball anyways?
I guess I don't know Laporta. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, and it wouldn't have been real deep. Okay, guys, this is what we're gonna wrap this up talking about this sequence right here in overtime.
Yeah, and because we covered it a little bit earlier, but I really got a hammer. There was just like the communication between the corners was real bad here, y'all. I don't know if they showed the I don't know if they showed the replay on everyone.
Huge play right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
1st and 10, play action. Okay, yep. See, we had to bring a safety to get some pressure. I don't care what we had to do. We should have been doing more of that to not let Geno Smith get comfortable. Let's go. Let's see. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000 underneath. I'm just
Yeah, and I think after this they can.
3rd and 6. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4
Jacobs
1,000.
completely
4
beat, and
seconds.
that's what I was talking about. This dude,
Right.
bro, you have the sideline. You don't need to. What is he doing? Like, you really think he's gonna cut out to the out of bounds line, bro? Really?
Right. We're in
Like,
overtime. He should have been on his outside shoulder, keeping him inside.
but that's what the commentators are saying. He was already inside. He had inside leverage, and he. Oh, you're saying he should have lined up towards the sideline?
Instead of letting him cut in because the safety was over top on the inside.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
What happened here? Let me remember. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, I might be able to. No, I'm gonna be because I do want to see. Cam's sign went out. Oh yeah, this was another miscue. And
Right.
we're talking about Aaron Glenn. 4 linebackers jumped on that run play. Did you saw that
I
fake
saw
hand
it.
of Kenneth Walker? And
Can't
that's why
can't put
ties
that
up
on
the
Aaron
play.
Glenn.
Crazy run because people can't tackle somehow. Like this dude's Barry
I mean, this dude
Sanders,
still
I
got
guess.
four
Yeah.
yards. He still got 4 yards.
And
Soft coverage
well,
underneath.
that was a touchdown.
Nope, the touchdown is
It's
I
all it
see coming
was
up
soft
next.
coverage. And then you look
Right
these
here.
two.
Look how far Jacobs is back.
Yeah, but that's not even so much the problem. The problem is the corners didn't talk. Like
Oh,
that's
that was Brian
when
Branch actually. My bad, Jacobs. My
that's
bad.
what I'm saying. Jacob, you could like I paused it right there because you could say that Jacobs is supposed to be back there because of the pick, because they ran a pick play. Like, that guy came across
True.
and then he ran on the out route. The corners are supposed to talk on that. Like
Right.
you either switch man or you just stay on the guy that you had. They probably should have switched. I don't know if that's because Brian Branch is a rookie or what. But man, I can't really blame Aaron Glenn when they just messed up their assignments. And then they had an easy
There it is.
touchdown.
You see it. Yep, there it is.
Like, so no, it's really more on the corners than it's on AG to me. I don't think he should really be on the hot seat when the players can't do what they're supposed to do.
Yep, I would agree. Well, Lions fans, we broke it down for you. We're about to hit that mark. We broke the game down. We gave you our thoughts. Son, let's get some quick. Even though we're going to do our preview show this Saturday for the home game against the Falcons, what needs to happen in these next 5 to 6 these next 5 days? I would say because Monday's over. These next 5 days for the Lions to be right to beat the Falcons.
Yeah. Who do they have? They have Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. Who's
Drake
their
London.
quarterback?
Drake London.
Jeez, Drake London. I mean,
Yeah.
man, I don't know. Just well, I get stop the run, man. Bijan Robinson. I'm serious. My big thing is don't let him.
Man.
I guess it's not Bijan versus Gibbs, but it kind of is. So if
Oh, it is.
don't let Bijan have a bigger game than Jameer Gibbs, man, which he probably is because
He,
literally Bijan Robinson. I saw the carry counts because someone was trying to argue that that we're tripping about Jameer Gibbs not getting carries. Dude, Bijan Robinson has 96 touches already. He has 96
thank you. Thank
touches.
you.
Jameer Gibbs only touched the ball 50 times.
Thank you, son. And son, it has to be that. You know why? Because we had the 6th pick. We traded it with Atlanta. Atlanta took Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
And we went down to 12 and took Jameer Gibbs. So it has to be Gibbs v. Robinson.
Yeah.
And if Bijan has like 19 carries for like 120 yards and we end up losing the game, people are going to point to that and say, see, y'all could have had that dude. Y'all could have had that workhorse out of the backfield. But I agree. I think that the key is going to be this. Desmond Ridder seems to be more comfortable with his legs than throwing the ball. We have to force him to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And we have to force him to be uncomfortable in the pocket. If we do that, the defense would be fine. As for Atlanta's as for us being on offense, AJ Terrell, we already know what he can do for the Falcons. He's gonna lock up on somebody. But I think that the key to beat the Falcons is going to be we got to be able to run the ball and be able to run it in between the tackles. So hopefully David Montgomery isn't hurt. By Saturday, we should know. So that's my thoughts, but we're gonna leave it at that, son. We don't want to give away too much. We're gonna wait and see how these injuries shake out. Let's see how Taylor Decker's doing, and we'll do our predictions on Thursday. I'm sorry, excuse me, on Saturday. Well,
Yeah.
Lions fans, as you can see, check this out on YouTube. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. That's how you can find us. Also, my son got our Twitter page going right there at the bottom of the. You can see it right there at Lions Den Pod. Hit us up. You know, we really just got it started, so we're looking for follows. We're looking for Lions fans, and we're looking to talk Lions football. Did we forget anything else, son?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, this time goes by quick, man. Us talking Lions football. It feels like we've been on here 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, it's good. So I think we covered everything. That was a tough one on the chin, but you know what, guys? It's a long season, 15 games to go. Let's just get Atlanta in town and let's get that win on them and be 2-1. Let's go from there.
Yep.
Well, son, if you don't have anything else, I think that's all I have too. That's all we got. Peace.
Peace.